Hey y'all, this is Cachet with Cachet Crafts, and the purpose of this video is, and it's a little shaky, sorry. So if you took a class with me and there were some steps missing, something you didn't get, we just didn't have enough time, I didn't explain it well, whatever it is, I'm going to try to do that here. Keep in mind, I am not an influencer. I do quilling because I love it and I want to share it. Not expecting any likes, follows, anything like that. I just want to share information. So do with that what you will. So I'm going to get right into making a flower. And so like I said, if you took a class with me, you are familiar with this template. So these are the petals. There's 7 petals. This is just a little strip I made, and this is just foam, craft foam, and I cut these out using my Cricut. But this is a template you can use to help you make the flower. Okay, 7 petals. This big circle is going to be the actual flower petals all glued together. These are just the circles for the leaves. So I'm gonna push that to the side, and you'll use 1 full strip. Push it back to the side here. All these little petals, these are all 1/4 piece of strip, if that makes sense. So you have your full strip. You're going to fold it in half and then fold it again. And we're just tearing these at the seams. So you will need 2 strips of your flower color. Get that again. And just for the purpose of the videos, so everybody can see, I am using, these are 1/4 inch wide strips. And we're basically just going to be making 7 teardrop shapes that of course all start as a loose coil. Get that in there. All right, and I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna roll how I roll. And as always, when you're doing loose coils, you really do not need to have any tension when you're pulling the paper. I'm not pulling. I'm literally just holding the paper just as a guide, so it doesn't go this way, that way. You don't get a springy coil. And I didn't show this in the class, but when you're using store-bought or bought paper strips, there really is, I guess, a wrong side and a right side. But you'll notice it when you're in class, whatever, you're looking close up or you just look at the paper. This is the right side, the side you want to be on the outside. The paper kind of curls at the end, or curves over. And then you can see this is the inside. I don't know that it makes a whole lot of difference, but it's just one of those things I notice. So I keep my strips all the same way. This part y'all already know, so you can fast forward. Or if you like me, when you're watching these videos, you already have it on 2 times until you get to something you really need to hear in detail. And the goal is to make sure that this video is made in like under 10 minutes, because at some point, you can get to the point where you can make one of these little flowers in 5 minutes, but starting out, we're gonna shoot for 10. You look at it, I'm already at almost 5, so let's see if we can make it. All right, so we got our 7 petals. Dang it, where's my tweezers? And if you've been in class, you've gotten probably familiar with these precision tip tweezers that have cost me a lot of blood over the past couple of years. All right, and again, we are gluing the tail, making 7 teardrop shapes. And we use the circle sizer, one, because it holds our pieces in place while we are making other pieces. Oh, and that seam, always try to keep it either on the left or the right of your shape, not on the very bottom and not on the top. That's my preference. I don't know, some people may do it differently, but definitely my preference because it makes a difference in how the shape looks. And usually when you're using these store-bought papers that don't have a texture, they're pretty thin, so the glue adheres pretty quickly. A few seconds, you can press it and it's gonna stay. If it doesn't, you know, just pick it up and glue it again. See how I did that one all the way to the end? And you can see a little bit of the paper at the end. I don't like that, but you know, hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be right now. And if you weren't in the first class, you hear me now. I talk how I talk when I'm at home. And you know, we all quilling buddies, so I'm comfortable with y'all. So just take that for what it is. And last one is, okay. So you have your 7 petals. I am not worried about colors because I'm not trying to make it pretty, just trying to do some functional. So this is a little mini lazy Susan. Some of you may find it useful, some may not. And this right here is, this Lazy Susan has a circle of craft foam on it for pinning. This right here is the same thing, it's just not the Lazy Susan, so that you turn it. Now, next step, we're gonna make this flower first. And I guess I should have shown you. Hold up, y'all. I just came from class, so I gotta find everything. Somebody tell me where the flower is. Okay, here we go. So this is pretty much what we're making. So it's a flower, stem, and the leaves. So this flower with the 7 petals is what we're doing. I'm just gonna use the foam board. So put your template. You don't have to use this. Some people can do this. Look at here. Some people can do this. And just glue all their pieces. Oh, jeez. And I got this camera in my face, so I'm blocking a little view. Some people can do that, and that's fine if you can do that. Absolutely great. If you cannot, if there's any trouble, so I like to put a petal. Actually, I probably didn't show this in class, but I put a petal on the inside of the hole and at the end, and use that as my starting point. From there, you can glue all your pieces. Like I said, I don't like to glue the pieces individually. I like to have all my petals placed. Probably makes it more difficult than it needs to be. These 3 pieces are already glued. But, yeah. And if your petals squish, dang it, it's okay. Yeah, sometimes using a circle size, it makes it a little difficult, but you know, we're gonna make it work. And there. You can absolutely put a pin in every single petal. You will find what works for you. Whatever keeps them babies in place. Do I have one more to do? So, see, if you just had the Lazy Susan, it'd be the same thing. You'd just be turning the top portion. So all of the pieces are in place. I go with my precision tip. If you have the pins in, you just kind of hold the outside, but you literally just push that tip in between the petals. Try to keep the glue in this unseen. And you can kind of move a little petal over if you need to, or tilt it over to the side. There, and is this the last one? I don't know. We'll know if it falls apart, won't we? Okay. So I'm just gonna, if you just make sure you hold all those petals down, you can pretty much take these pins out instantly. If you need to just hold it down for a second. Okay. You can always sit something on top of it if you feel like it's not setting well, or just hold it. Count to 10. What else you got to do? I mean, I'm sure you have other stuff to do, but oh my Lord, I'm already at almost 12 minutes. Let me shut up. Okay, so that is the flower pot. You're gonna let that dry. This piece right here is the stem. There is no specific measurement. I simply just put my little piece of paper in there just to measure it, and I fold it once and then zigzag back, fold it twice, and then tear it off. So it is a Z, an N, whatever. Depends on how you're holding it. I do like to glue the torn ends, and that just at the very tip. Okay. And you can shape it with your fingers. Shape it one way, shape it another way. You can shape it. Let's see. And we need the leaves. Okay, those are, again, quarter strips as well. Can I make this in under 15? Is that a quarter strip? I think so. Okay, again, these are starting off as loose coils. I'm gonna do it, y'all. We're gonna make it under 15. I didn't hit the 10, but we can do this. It's gonna be a whole brown flower. All right. Again, these are the leaves. So, and I'm just making the shaped marquee. So pretty much just in that shape. Same thing with this one. Oops, need the glue. In this shape. All right, I got a minute left. So, and this is one of the blanks. It doesn't matter really. We had this one, and then there was a little card that was in there. It doesn't matter what you're using. Where's my glue card? Hopefully you remember this glue card. Doesn't matter what side you use. One has texture, one doesn't. No big deal. So that I got 30 seconds to finish. Okay. Spread some glue, get them precision. This should be good that you can pick up with the tweezers now. You will stick it on there. Make sure it all has glue. Put it on your piece so that the slit is facing down so you can put the stem in, not where a petal, the rounded end of a petal is straight down. It'll make it harder to place the stem. Press that on. Oh Lord, 6 seconds, I'm not gonna make it. All right, shoot. Use some more glue. what I do with the stem, y'all. Oh, here it is. The stem, same thing. Dab it in glue. And I'm not letting this dry because it's a timing thing. And same thing with the leaf right there. And if you put the curved side on the stem, you should be good for placement. And if you have like some little leftover paper, use like 1/8 of a strip. Make a really tight coil. Dang it, 16 minutes. This would be a tight coil. I'm not gonna glue it because dang it, I'm running out of time. Tight coil, put it in the middle as your little flower piece. That is your flower. That's it. Sorry I went over.